Good afternoon to everyone. Today we are here with the topic of Darjeeling Landslide 2015. We have chosen the topic landslide because most of the disasters like cyclone, flood, structural collapse are seen in different areas of West Bengal. But landslides are seen only in few areas of Darjeeling district. So we are proceeding with our topic. My name is RIMA MUKHERJEE of Department of Geography from MRINALINILINI MAHAVIDYAPITH. Our presentation is done by AGNIV BASU, NAYAN SAHA and OINDRILA CHAKRABORTY. Introduction. The term landslide or less frequently landslip refers to several forms of mass bursting that may include a wide range of ground movements such as rockfall, deep-seated slope failures, mud flows, and debris flows. However, influential, narrower definition restrict landslide to slump and translational slide in rock and regolith, not including fluidization. Landslides are the significant form of natural disaster that occurs the loss of properties and lives, especially in the mountainous areas. The mountainous terrain are characterized by high energy with instability and variability of the masses. Causes of landslide. Causes of landslide, basically the primary causes is intensive rainfall and earthquake. The anthropogenic activities such as the unscientific uses of the slope for construction and cultivation are also responsible for the landslide. Landslide can also happen due to eruption of volcanoes. Types of landslide. Four types of landslide fall. Fall are landslides that involve the collapse of materials from a cliff or steep slope. Slides. A slide type landslide is a downslope movement of material that occur along a distant surface. Flows. Mass movement commonly triggered by intense rainfall and melting snow and steep hill slopes. Spread. A spread is the complex lateral movement of relatively coherent earth materials resting on a weaker substance that is subject to liquefaction or plastic flow. Landslide during June-July 2015. The landslide in the Darjeeling Himalayas are common. Heavy rainfall triggered the landslide at numerous places of Darjeeling Himalayas in June-July of 2015. The landslide occurred mainly in Darjeeling, Karshiang, and Kalimpong subdivision of the Darjeeling district during June-July 2015. The main affected area Tingling and Soureni of Mirik, Nimki, Dara, Sukhiapokri of Darjeeling. The total death toll reached up to 38 and several people were misplaced, several properties were lost and roads were disconnected. The NH 55 that connect Siliguri and Darjeeling were disconnected as bridge washed away Nimbu Jhora. The landslide have disrupted the track of historical toy train of Darjeeling Himalayas Railway, and the Darjeeling Himalayas was disconnected in the rail network area of a month. As you can see, we have take a map of India and mark state of West Bengal, then marked Darjeeling and then location map of Darjeeling. History of landslide. Darjeeling Himalayas. Darjeeling Himalayas belong to the eastern Himalayas ranges. This region is drained by many streams and rivers such as Tista, Rongit, Mahananda, Jaldhaka, Balasan, Gish, Murti, etc. The major towns of this region are Darjeeling, Kalimpong, Karshiang and Mirik. The disaster landslide was occurred in September 1899 in which 72 times lives were lost in Darjeeling town. In January of 1934, the occurrence of the landslide is significant in Darjeeling, Hum and Karshiang town. Massive landslides were occurred in June 1950 in which 127 lives were lost along with the loss of several properties including roads and Siliguri-Kalimpong railway line. In another occurrence of landslide, 667 lives were lost along with the destruction of a tea garden and in occurred on October 1968. Over to Indrila.
Importance of studying landslide. Landslide are serious geological hazard that are common to almost every hilly states of India. As people move into new areas of hilly or mountainous people, it is important to understand the nature of their potential exposure to landslide. Although the physical cause of many landslide cannot be removed, geological investigation, good engineering practices, and effective enforcement of land use management regulation can reduce landslide hazards. And by studying landslide, we can also find where and when will the landslide occur and how big will they do, and as well as how fast and how far will the landslide move. Going to the plan of work, identifying the topic or problem or a disaster in first and most important part of the project. First, we started browsing the internet to know more about the landslide. Then we have collected the data, which is basically secondary. We visited some government websites for collecting verified statistical data. We browsed some journal to get some basic concept of our report. By this process, we have calculated and analyzed our data. Landslide of Darjeeling 2015. Pre-hazard. Pre-hazard is the process which influence and trigger the disaster which may take place in future. In this case, the landslide happened in Darjeeling region because of the heavy rainfall which started in the month of June and continues up to September. The management system that were taken part where people were evacuated from the landslide prone area, some awareness and training programs are conducted by the local government and NGOs. All medical and paramedical rescue teams were highly alerted. What happened during hazard? The landslide that took place in Darjeeling on June-July 2015 were initiated by many type of landslide as there was heavy rainfall in past few days. The soil was very wet which caused debris slide and there was rotational landslide. When a part of soil was sliding down simultaneously, the next part slowly flows down. Management. Coming to the management, that was post-hazard, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced ex gratia compensation of rupees 2 lakh each to the family of those who lost their lives in landslide in Darjeeling district of West Bengal. This amount will be in addition to the compensation of 4 lakh rupees to be given from the National Disaster Relief Fund. The Chief Minister had announced uh, a compensation of 4 lakh each to the families of deceased in landslide. Nowadays, the landslide monitoring and early warning system and special purpose which have been introduced for the landslide management uh, system. Now, coming to what we have learned, the lesson learned that are we have to be more careful about the environment. If we want to reduce landslide, we have to stop deforestation. Government have to control the um, huge pressure of tourists in the hilly areas to reduce the pollution and landslide. Terrace farming and step cultivation can also reduce the risk of landslide because of the soil flows. Now, as you can see, we have given some of our limitation to the project. So the basic limitation was due to the pandemic we cannot collect the primary data. It was basically secondary data, and we are thankful that you have listened to all of this presentation, and we hope that the presentation was informative to you. Thank you so much.